and today we're going to be doing another chart analysis for ADA against USD Tether. Okay, so today's video we're going to be doing a top-down analysis. I'm going to be looking at where I think ADA's headed in the next coming days, when we can be expecting a moon, if we can be expecting one at all. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to ask you guys to start raving in the comments, smash that like button, and then thirdly, if you're feeling extra generous, please subscribe as well. It's going to help me create a ton more content for you guys and just provide as much value as I possibly can. Okay, so please like and subscribe. It's really going to help me out a lot. Okay, so let's get started. We have this on the daily candles at the minute, and what you can see is we have this resistance zone marked here. As when it broke this zone, it skyrocketed. Okay, moon basically. Okay, I've got a trend line here drawn as well, but we'll come back to that when we come to the 4-hourly candles. Okay, I just want to draw two Fibonacci retracements, and I'm going to show you why as well. Okay, so one from this line here, and the next one we're going to come to. Okay, so firstly, I want to show you within the golden region here. This is where the currency is sort of more stable at, and you can see that once it went past this region, it did come back down. It tested this bottom region here as well. Okay, and it's corresponding quite well. It retested it, developed it as support, then went back up again. Okay, so that sort of in the long run we can see worked out quite well, and we maybe could be due a heavy correction back down to this area. However, I feel like right now the best retracement to draw is from that point forward. Okay, because this is where the currencies started stabilizing a little bit, and it showed that it developed that bottom 0.618 region as a support as well. Okay, so if we draw it from here, we can have a look at it a little bit closer to see what's been happening in the last few days. Okay, so if we draw that region in now, what you can see is, especially if we go onto the 4-hourly now, it's playing out exactly within this region. It's testing out this region. It's tested it as support, went back up, found resistance, came back down, found support, and it went back up, and now it's just sort of bouncing up and down between this zone. Okay, which is expected. It's healthy, and it's something that we like to see in cryptocurrencies, just because it makes our work less risky. Okay, so what you can see is we're also following this trend line here, and we've been respecting it quite nicely right from this region here. Okay, so right now we're bouncing off this trend line, and it was a support region. Okay, you can see that this candle right now just recently has broken through, and I'll show you what this sort of means as well. Before that, I want to draw on another resistance line, and you'll be able to see that these regions that I've marked out with the Fibonacci, that they play out quite well. So if you look here, it's a major resistance zone, support zone here, and resistance zone here. It works out really well with this zone on the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so it can help us out a lot if we plot these Fibonacci's correctly. So what can we see happening from here right now? So firstly, it went down below that trend line. Okay, so what I feel like will happen is it'll test this bottom 0.618 region as support again. Okay, and if it develops it as support, it'll come back towards this trend line, get resisted from that trend line, come down, and then start testing this line up here again. Okay, should it break through, we can expect a nice healthy return to the all-time high, should that happen. Okay, so that would be the best case scenario. If you're looking to buy in and the scenario plays out, I would say wait for this to happen, wait for it to come back up against this resistance here, then buy in at this point. Okay, at the 112 region. Okay, it just means that we're going to be more sure that it is headed in the upwards direction. Okay, because at this zone it could still play out in two directions. So I'll show you what I mean here. So right now what could also happen is that it could come up here, and then from here go straight down and test this region again at the 0.5 region of that Fibonacci retracement with that longer time period that we had on. Okay, so it will test that, it'll come back up. Okay, test this as resistance, and then potentially come back down if we're very unlucky, okay. And then from this point onwards, if it does hit this region here at the 83 cents mark, then this is a pretty safe option to buy in my opinion, because we'd be looking at just going back up again from here, realistically, okay, because Cardano's got so many great things coming up. I don't see it personally going below that, okay, unless the crypto market completely crashes, Bitcoin crashes. And right now you can see this dip at the minute that's happened, where it's dipped below that trend line. That is because the minute Bitcoin is dropping as well, okay. So that could be a reason for that, okay. So we've got these two scenarios here. Hopefully this one plays out. Remember, we want to wait for it to hit this trend line here, or the top of this Fibonacci zone, come back down, and retrace slightly, then we want to buy in at this point, okay. So any point at $1.13 would be a good buy once it's hit that 116, 117 zone again, okay. So that would be a good time to buy in, or otherwise we'd be looking at around the 80-85 cents mark would also be a good time to buy in if we encounter this bear scenario, okay. So thank you very much for watching. That's my opinion on ADA. Stick around and please support the channel. It's just going to mean that I can provide as much value as you guys need to the channel. Write in the comments below what other currencies you want me to have a look at. I can't promise that I'll be able to look at all of them, but once I get time, I will try and feedback some analysis to you guys as well, okay. So cheers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.